Super excited to be here. For those of you that don't know, Chris Robinson calling in out of beautiful God's country, Southeast Idaho, and it's just an honor and a pleasure to be here with y'all this afternoon and to be hosting the call. So we're going to get things kicked off here real quick. What an amazing first month. You guys do realize that we're like a month and a day, month and 2 days into coming into this awesome company with Immunitech. Some of you only been here for a day. Some of you been here since we launched, and things are happening. Canada in the house. Sonia, good to see you on here. Boise, Idaho. See, they understand God's country in Idaho here. So, anyways, let's get this thing kicked off, get this call running. A couple of housekeeping items. First of all, for those of you that don't know, I know we have a lot of new people on the team, a lot of new people that maybe haven't even worked with us in the past, joining what we're doing here with the $1 billion run. They're seeing the vision, they see the company, they see the products, they see the compensation plan, just see everything that we have going on, and they wanted to be a part of it. So, for those of you that don't know, Chris Robinson, been in the industry 17, 18 years now, had amazing, incredible runs in this industry, but I've never been more excited about a run than what we're doing right now. Romania in the house, more Budapest, Hungary in the house. Awesome, awesome. And I've just been blessed in many ways to always have been able to find the right company at the right time. And I believe that's exactly what we've done here. And I also believe this is the last hoorah we're going to have to do. That we have a very stable company, products that work, and products that's I can't find. I've been looking still, and I can't find more documented products. Matter of fact, the testimonials coming in, and why I'm talking about testimonials, I'm going to give you all a little bit of homework. If you're not in the Glutathione Natural Detox Facebook group, please go join that. It's a searchable group. Will allow you in as affiliates, and there's a testimonial feed on there. We would love your testimonials. A lot of people have had products for about a month now. Lots of great testimonials coming in, and it's just been amazing. So we'd love for you to go get on that and make sure you're sharing testimonials in there as we start to use that more as an ATM group for our customer base. The more testimonials in there, the more it's going to help everybody. So thank you so much in advance for doing that. We're gonna get rolling here. A lot of the call today is really about what to do now. Josh is gonna come on here a little bit where we've been, but first of all, we've had a lot of questions about how to set up your auto ship, why it's important, etc. And there was nobody better to cover that exact topic than the actual head of business development, Miss Mandy Bowles. She's gonna come on here. She's an awesome corporate asset. And by the way, I don't say about many corporate people being assets. They're usually a pain in the asset. But Mandy has been incredible. Her and Mary Beth, they tag team it. They've done an incredible job. Mandy was kind enough to come on the call, and so she's going to go over a couple of steps of what to do. And let me just point one more thing on. If you have not seen, it was the CEO's birthday, Mauricio's birthday yesterday, I believe, and they extended the double trip credits for another day or two here. And Mandy has those details as well. So I'm gonna get out of the way and let Mandy come on here. So Mandy, please take the call over. Show us how we do this because I actually didn't know and I had to call you, I think, and you showed me. So it's awesome that you're here. Thank you for spending your afternoon with us, and appreciate everything you do.
You are welcome. Thank you so much, Chris. So happy to be on this call with you guys. Come on, let's talk about the fire you're bringing. Wow, I keep saying I've been in this industry for about 20 years and I have never seen a December, November like this. So I think y'all know what you have your hands on. We're super thankful to have you here along with us on this journey. And Immunitech's about to be a household name, and you guys are going to be a huge part of that. You're bringing it, and it's just so inspiring to see. So, congratulations to each and every single one of you. We are just really loving y'all. This is such a great group. You bring life, you bring energy, you bring fun, and really, you're the epitome of what this company can be. Like I just can't even tell you how exciting it is to see this come along. So, with that, I just a bit about me. I say I grew up in this industry. I've been in this industry for almost 2 decades. I started on the corporate side. Ironically, I worked for one of the top 5 companies in the world at the time, and I felt like I loved this business because it let me be me. I found a career path where I felt like I could actually be myself and it never felt like work. I don't know if y'all feel like that. Maybe you do. But then after about 10 years, I had an opportunity for another corporate position. And I was about to move to Florida for a job. And I remember thinking, like, why would I do that? If I really believe in this business, why don't I just do it myself? So I remember telling my husband that, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, like we live in a town of 3,000 people. How are you going to do that?" And I was like, "Yeah, maybe you're right." And the more I thought about it, I saw how social media was emerging. And at the time, I was a dinosaur. I was the girl that only knew how to meet people face to face and bring them into a business. And so I thought, how could I do this? And I started watching the social media light up. And I was like, you know what? People are doing it. Like I could too. And finally, I told my husband, I said, I just don't think I can take that job. And he was like, well, what are you going to do? I'm like, I'm going to join this business. And he's like, well, how are you going to do it? And I said, social media. And he's like, well, what do you know about social media? I said, nothing. And I'm going to figure it out. So I did. And then I replaced, a six-figure income in about 5 months back in 20, I think it was 2015. And so after about 6 years, as being a top leader and a global top 200 income earner with that company, I found myself back working with corporate again about 3 years ago. And I can tell you one thing, after having actually been in the field with my paycheck depending on me, I see the entrepreneur side of this business so much differently than I did that first 10 years I was in corporate. So I felt like, wow, being able to be in the actual feet in the position of someone that's an entrepreneur and building gave me a completely different perspective to go back and help corporate in a different way. So I feel like I have that unique ability to bridge that gap. And when I heard about Immunotech about a year ago, I thought, oh my gosh, like how have I never heard of this? And I think there's probably a lot of you guys that can agree, like how have we never heard of this company? And then I started using the product and I never wanted to be without it again. So that's a good segue to kind of launch me into this whole auto ship talk that Chris was sharing. Yes, like auto ships can be a little confusing, but they're actually not. So I'm going to walk you through it. But the auto ship is a huge backbone of the business. So if you don't have it, you can do it with me right now, or you can do it right after the call. But I think it's just a simple thing to know that you want to be a product of the product. So you want to never stop using this product. It makes the business more effective. And then you can help people really in a different way when you're using the product. Sure, you can qualify to be commission qualified outside of that, but you don't want to have to worry about returns or, always monitoring that. And then as you're leading by example and role modeling it to your team, they're going to be using the product more consistently that way as well. It's only going to help. It's going to help build volume. It's going to help them generate more customers because everything's more authentic. So I'm going to just jump in and share my screen. And then just to know when diamonds and above, you want to be at 600 PSV. So you can be commission qualified with the 400, but I highly recommend like the Body Shot bundle. And I'm going to show you how that looks. Okay, so can you all see my screen now? Looks like you can. So I'm going to go over and go over here. Oops. Clicking on myself. So I'm going to click over on my little body. I don't know if you see that. It says my name. I'm on my test account. I'm going to click on my little person, and then I'm going to go to subscriptions. So click on it. Feel free to join me. Now I'm going to create. So you see this blank screen. That's probably what most of yours looks like unless you've had a chance to set it up yet. And then you click create. Now I'm going to add item. So this yellow box right here at the top third of the page, click add item. So you know what you want, great, go ahead and type it in. But if you can just type in Body Shot Bundle, I recommend this at minimum. You may have other things you want to add. The reason why I recommend this one is there's extra PV that's built into this. So as you're really focusing on growing your business, you have the gold bonus, diamond bonus that you all have an opportunity to be working for right now. PV is everything. So and if you don't know what that is, I'll just give you one quick reminder. Your first full 3 months, you have the opportunity to get the gold and diamond bonuses. So that's a huge thing. Also, along the way, you can get the sponsor moving up bonuses and all those things. So you don't want to miss the opportunity to do that. And you do that by focusing on like PV. So if you can get more PV, why would you not want it, right? So this Body Shot bundle has the built-in 500 PV. So you're going to get 3 products, the Immunical, the greens, which is the booster, And then you also get the sunray. That's another great item to talk about. It's really great to give you something else to talk about on social. So then you just click add. You may have something different. There's always the promos to the pop-ups. You might want to take advantage of the omegas. Sure, why not? Let's add to cart. Now we're going to go down and see like when we want this. So this is something to really take special mind of because you want to make sure that you have everything set for December. So as you can see, it's defaulting to start January 17th. So that's going to be too late to make sure I get my product this month. I don't want to lapse it. So I'm going to go down and click my start date to 2025. I'm going to get all red until I fix it to 12. And you can even set it to run tomorrow, the 18th. So now I'm going to confirm. And of course, you can edit your shipping method if you choose to do so, and you can set up your payment however you choose to do that. With PayPal, you could add your debit or credit card, however that looks like. Confirm your payment method, and then you want to make sure at the end of the day to click Save Subscription. So don't forget to hit Save Subscription, and then you're good to go. And then your product's going to run. And then the nice thing is, this is such a duplication piece of the business is because when you're really thinking about like how you're growing and how you're growing that volume, you can think about, gosh, if I have 30 people in my organization and they're all doing what I'm doing, I'm just running my auto ship over here and I'm teaching other people how to do that too. That 500 point pack can be duplicated to 15,000 just in volume alone, just from auto ship. So it's definitely something to really focus on. That's something you can definitely do at enrollment while you may be on the phone and somebody might be enrolling, or that first follow-up call and like just be like, oh my gosh, we got to take care of this. Let's jump on the phone. Let's make sure you're set up for success with your business. That simple, and get it done, right? Because the other thing is you don't want to miss your opportunity to requalify. And then I'm going to go back just a second. As Chris mentioned, the double points on personal purchases did get extended. And so we have now until the 18th, and that's for La Vida. So Mauricio's birthday's tomorrow. So because it's his birthday, that promotion of the double points on personal purchases did get extended. And so that ends tomorrow night at midnight. So make sure to take full advantage of that because you'll want to be on that trip. It's going to be a good one. You want to have a lot of opportunity to share about that trip too. So with that being said, all of this funnels into requalification. So last month, you guys killed it. We had so many rank advancements. This was so great. Lots of silvers, diamonds, golds. And so this is not something you want to miss on. So you want to make sure that you are locking that in again in December. And the reason why is because the moving up and accelerated moving up bonuses pay out when you requalify for that second month. So you don't want to miss that opportunity to be able to make sure you're locking those bonuses in. And you also want to make sure that the people on your team that rank advanced, you're making sure they're locked in to do it again too, because you also have the sponsor moving up bonuses that you can be able to get. And that works in two ways. And so you guys all came in, I'd say mid-November or after. And so you're going to be like looking at the accelerated piece. You have the great bonuses that are there for moving up, but most of y'all did it quick, right? So you have the accelerated moving up bonuses to be able to get paid out. Silver, month 2 pays out 200, month 3 pays out 200. Gold, month 2 pays out 500, month 3 pays out 500. So you want to be locked in and focused on making sure like, yes, you have that locked in for this month, and the people in your organization that also rank advanced have it locked in again, so you don't miss the opportunity to help them get their bonuses, and then also be able to get those sponsor accelerated moving up bonuses as well. So I'm going to check the comments and see if there's any questions on that. You did it quick. I love it. Europe, things are slightly different. So if you have any specific questions on Europe, get with me and we can make sure to review that as well. I know there's a UK call going on simultaneously right now on Comp Plan. So is there a different, Coach Bob? Is there a different if I order with month to month rather than auto? That'll count to your PSV, right? Like you have the 400 that that you're looking for. So technically, no. But the auto ship is just like a great habit forming thing to make sure that you're not lapsing in your product, and it's a great thing to be able to teach your team as well. Let's required PV a month. Patricia, 400 for silver golds, and then for diamonds and above, it's 600. So if you really just want to make sure you don't ever have to worry about it, go for, the 600. And, really two people in the house on the Body Shop bundle, you take care of it. And I feel like that's probably the case with most families. And Maddie, your question is double points for personal orders. Yes. And that is till the 18th. And let's see. Laura, there are some platinum bundles, but right now there's not the Body Shop bundle with the platinum, but I'll definitely take that back. So let's see, did I get all those questions answered? I feel like I did. But feel free, if you have any other questions for me, by all means, shoot me a message, find me on Messenger, WhatsApp, and be sure to ask. Let's see if I missed anything. I don't want to have missed anything. But oh, the gold and diamond bonuses, you guys. Anybody who is joining by December 31st, this is something you don't want to miss the opportunity on either, because December 31st, we know that anybody that comes in to Immunotech as a consultant, they also have that runway of 3 full months to be able to get those gold and diamond bonuses. The gold is $5,000. So that's something that you can promote loud and proud on social media. And the diamond's 15. They are stackable. So you still have time to have people come in and be able to think, wow, they're going to go straight to diamond in their first month. Several here on this call did that. Let's go, right? So let me know if you have any questions, you guys. It was such a joy to be able to come on here. Can't wait to get to know you better. And y'all guys have a great, great holiday.
Awesome, Mandy. Thank you so much for coming on and being on our team call here. One thing I want to point out what Mandy just said, and I'd forgot about this, is anybody that signs up in the month of December, so your brothers, your friends, your sisters, your mom, your dad, your network, whatever, they actually will triple or more than triple their golden diamond bonuses for enrolling in December. So if you're sitting home right now going, you know what, I'll just call them after the first of the year, you're completely doing them a disservice because they're going to rank up anyway. They may as well make 3 times the money. So make sure you're telling people about that and leveraging that as well. And one thing I want to say on the product, this just absolutely floored me. For about 10 or 11 years, me and my wife and all my buddies and everybody from Idaho go down for 10 days to Vegas for the NFR rodeo, which, if you don't know what that is, it's the Super Bowl of redneck world where I live. Um, every single year I've come home, I've had the Vegas crud, the Vegas flu from being sick, from being in Vegas and around all those people and the casinos and the smoke and everything that's supposed to make you sick. This is the first year in my life I come home and did not feel bad at all. So I know these products are working for me, and it's just been incredible. So let's move on with the call. We're going to bring Josh up here in a minute. He's going to go over the system. He's going to do a few shout outs on recognition wise, and he's also going to talk about what a lot of people's been waiting for, which is the boards and how to leverage them. And he's just so good at this training and doing these things. So, but before I bring Josh up, I just want to say, uh, you know, several months ago, we were talking about what we needed to do next, what needed to happen, and what we could do to help the team thrive in this industry. And we talked to several. Josh talked way more than I did, but there was a few calls I was on with Josh and some owners of the company, and I was actually driving to Dallas, Texas one night, and he asked me what I was doing, and I told him. He said, "Good, I need you to be in Houston in the morning at 10." And I just could not go because I was going to a horse sale that I've been waiting for all year. So I actually passed up on that. And then that night he called me and told me all about what was going on here. And I just knew on that phone call that this was going to be game changing and really just set our careers to that next level where we wanted to be to help as many people as we possibly could. So first, I just want to thank Josh for having the vision and spending the time to really go through the entire industry and figure out, what was next, where we should go, where we could plant our flags and feel good about it. And Josh is a very strategic person. He's a very smart person. I always tell him he's the smartest friend I have, which is actually true. A lot of you, Josh and I have a lot of fun together, but Josh is an incredible person when it comes to this industry. He's an incredible person outside of this industry. For those of you that never get that opportunity to be on a personal level with Josh, I recommend you figure out a way to do it because that's how you win. So I'm going to turn this call over to Josh Zwagil. He's been in this industry forever, 17 years, 16, 17 years like I have. We've worked together since day one, both of us really in this industry. And I've got to just really come to love this guy, his entire family, and he's one of my absolute best friends. So, Josh Swagel, I'm going to turn the call over to you, brother. The call is now yours, man.
Hey Chris, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Sound good.
Awesome. Well, first off, great job on the call. Thank you for everything you've done. And I also want to shout out Mandy as well. I mean, when I heard that Mandy was involved in the company and Mary Beth, and just getting to know them over the past, 3, 4 weeks has been incredible. They've been a great asset, like Chris said, to the team. They've done reach outs. They've talked with our leadership. They've sent out reminders. They've gotten people plugged into the groups, to the trips, to all the promotions and incentives. And that's been absolutely incredible. And I feel like with what we're trying to do with Immunotech and the $1 billion run, having such amazing corporate people such as Mandy and Mary Beth just makes it all that much easier. So really appreciate the support from corporate, and also just, for you, Chris, helping everybody out throughout the whole organization has been absolutely incredible. So a couple things that, has been said by like Mandy and even you, Chris, that I just want to reiterate is really just why Immunotech and why now. And I've been having these conversations with so many different leaders. I've been in three-way chats, I've been on Zoom calls. And one of the things that's really impressive to me right now about Immunotech is this is a company that has real stability and infrastructure. This is not a deal that's building on a house of cards. They're not building on hype. They're not building on speculation. They're not figuring it out as we go. They have decades of science. They have global manufacturing, hundreds of employees, real leadership. And that's something that I was looking for. And I think a lot of leaders in the space right now are looking for stability more than other elements of a business. They are tired of jumping from company to company. They're tired of startups. They're tired of false promises. And this is a deal that is really doing things right. And so I've been so impressed by the company, the corporate staff, the leadership that's here. And when you're trying to go on a $1 billion run, that is a necessity to have in a company, is the stability and the leadership. And then, like Chris said, having products that get results, that are documented, that speak for themselves. I mean, the testimonials that have been flooding in throughout the organization just over the past 3 to 4 weeks has been incredible. Like, people are getting life-changing results physically, mentally, emotionally. And when you have results like that, and when people are loving the product, momentum is inevitable. Like in 2017, we launched a brand, that became one of the largest brands in North America. And we had a product that was getting people results, and people were blown away by the stories. And because of that momentum and having a window of opportunity, we wound up doing hundreds of millions in sales with that particular product line. But this is even bigger than that. It's way stronger than what we had because it addresses a root issue of health. It has 45 years of scientific research behind it. There's a 126-page scientific journal. Like, how many network marketing companies can you point to right now that have a 126-page scientific journal with studies, with 26 gold standard clinicals on their products? Like, I have not seen that ever in the network marketing industry. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. And then also, the culture is incredible in this company as well. Like, this is a company that celebrates people. I've been around the industry for 17 years. I've helped a ton of network marketing companies launch. I've been an owner, I've been in the field, and culture can make or break a company. Like, even if you have a great product, even if you have operations and infrastructure, if you have a whack culture, people are going to leave just as fast as they join. And watching the way that Mauricio, Mike, Mandy, Mary Beth, how the whole corporate staff is celebrating their consultants is really like music to my ears. Like with the Cabo trip, now launching the Xcaret, cruises with thousands of people, incentives that don't just target the top 1% of the company or people, like only at a top rank. You get credits for personally enrolling a new consultant. You get credits for personally enrolling a new customer. You get credits when people in your organization reorder. These are all activities that we have to do anyway when we're building a business, and we're getting rewarded above and beyond for it to potentially go on these amazing trips. And then, like, I'll give you guys a quick story. I went out to Mexico recently. I hit platinum real fast in the company, and I got a personal invitation from Mauricio, and he's like, "Hey, we're doing a platinum celebration. Come to Mexico. We'd love to have you." And I was just like, "Wow, okay." So I flew out to Mexico, and I was in a room with like 40 to 50 platinums. They were all speaking Spanish. I had headphones on, and I'm like listening to all of the translation. But the way that they treated their top leadership in the company was unlike anything I've ever seen in network marketing. There was this amazing dinner celebration. We put these like Back to the Future 3D glasses on, and you got to see, Dr. Jimmy Gutman talking about glutathione, and you got to see the whole history of the company. People were like dancing, and we were all eating together and celebrating together. And it was just honestly, it was just a different vibe. I hadn't experienced that before, and every company does it differently, but these guys do it right. So from a culture standpoint, very impressed with what I've seen these past 3 to 4 weeks. And then, like Chris said, with timing, the number one thing I'm hearing right now in conversations, three-way chats, on Zoom calls, talking to leaders, it's what Mandy said, that I can't believe I've never heard of Immunotech, or I've never heard of Immunotech. And it's funny, I was talking to a leader, and this leader is like, "Hey, one of my prospects said that I've never heard of Immunotech before, and that's a red flag." And that was just like the craziest thing I've ever heard. That's not a problem. It's not a red flag. To me, it's a green flag. It means go. Like, that's where the opportunities are in this industry. Like, there's a sweet spot in network marketing when you can get into a company that's already doing hundreds of millions in sales, that's in a growth phase, and it's a deal that people have not heard about yet. That's where opportunity lies in this industry. And when I look at Immunotech and I see 18 countries open for business, more coming in 2026, very little market penetration in all of those markets, it's like, this is where the opportunity is, and we're so early in this company. And we, right now, as a team, we're exploding. We've got professional network marketers joining. We've got influencers joining, retailers, amazing marketers. We're starting to grow a big organization in Europe, in Canada, in North America. We're starting to get some really good interest in Latin America. And a lot of people are just coming together because they see what we see with this opportunity. And let's just zoom out for a moment, and let's look at the numbers, because the numbers don't lie. Numbers always tell you the truth. When I was in Mexico, Mauricio had a slide up talking about what numbers they achieved in 2025, and I wrote all of them down because I wanted to share it on our call here in December. So in 2025, Immunotech enrolled 170,000 new consultants and customers into the business. That's all new business, 170,000 people this year. And out of that 170,000 plus their existing business, they had 57 million Immunocal patches consumed around the world. 57 million people taking Immunocal globally. And those cruises and those incentive trips that Mandy had talked about and Chris had talked about, on the last cruise that they did, they had 2,500 people that attended the cruise. And the Explorer trip, that is the recent trip that they put out, has 1,300 plus people that have qualified for it. And then when you look at the leadership, this company broke 8,000 silvers in 2025. Over 1,000 people hit gold. Over 100 people hit diamond. 15 people hit executive diamond. There were 4 platinums and there were 2 senior platinums. Now, the craziest thing about all this is that most of the world and most of the network marketing industry has not heard of Immunotech yet, and they're having this massive surge of growth and momentum. And so those are the things that get me excited, because like Chris, over the past 17 years, we've learned how to identify the right products at the right time with the right companies in the right situation. And for me, for us, that's Immunotech right now. And I want to give a special shout out to some of our leaders that crushed it this month and last month. First off, want to hand it to Chris, who hit Executive Diamond, Judy Stallings, who hit Executive Diamond, Robert Hollis, who hit Executive Diamond, and of course, our amazing team of leaders in Hungary. What's crazy about the team in Hungary is like they don't have things translated, they don't have graphics, they don't have presentations in Hungarian or anything like that. They're just super excited to be here. Judith and Shandor absolutely crushed it, hitting diamond and really pioneering the whole market of Hungary. And then, of course, this month we've had some amazing leaders come in and hit ranks in record time. We had Enrique and Nancy come in and hit gold their first 4 days. We had Katie Wycamp come in and hit gold her first 3 days. We had Shelby Killian come in, hit gold her first 3 days. And I don't have every single leader, but there are so many amazing rank ups and amazing momentum that's happening in the business right now. And I do want to take a moment to recognize the leaders that are on the leaderboard that are taking massive action in a month of December that is generally a slower month in network marketing. But the top enroller of new consultants right now in our organization is Katie Wycamp. She's got 12 new consultants this month. I know she's in the chat, so let's give her a huge shout out. Number 2 is Shelby Killian at 11 new consultants. Let's give her a huge shout out as well. Then we have Robert Hollis with 8 new consultants this month. I see Robert in the chat too. And then we have Enrique with 8 new consultants. And then we have Tiffany, with 7 new consultants this month. Those are the top 5 enrollers right now for new consultants. And then there's also our top 5 enrollers of new customers. Katie also number 1 at 15. Number 2 is Natalie Wood with 9 new customers. Tiffany number 3 at 7. Terry Quinn number 4 with 5 new customers. And Iwa, I don't know the last name real well, Gasorska, with 4 new customers. So congratulations to all of you guys and gals that are crushing it on the leaderboard. I'm so excited to see what this looks like the next 90 days. I want to continue to smash records in this company, and I believe we're headed there quickly. Now let's talk real quick about the X-Correct trip. So this trip is running December through July. So there's a lot of time for us to hit this trip. And if you go to your Immunotech back office, there's a tracker on the first page of the back office that shows how many credits that you have towards this trip. There's a link that you can click on that will take you into the qualifications page so you can read about the trip and how you can qualify. I think you can earn this trip for up to 4 people. And I believe just like they did last year, they're going to have thousands of people on this trip. It's going to be absolutely incredible. And I do want to give a shout out to Chris Robinson. He has 104,000 credits and he's already earned the trip. So big shout out to Chris. And I just want to say, if Chris's dumbass can earn this trip, then like every single person on this call should like already be qualified. I'm just kidding. I love Chris. I make fun of him a lot, but big shout out to you, Chris. I know he'll earn it for 4 people. I'm sure he'll bring his kids and his wife, and it's going to be incredible. But I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of people from the team on that trip. And I also want to say, like, to second what Mandy said, like today and tomorrow is extra special because tomorrow is Mauricio's birthday and everybody's getting double credits towards the trip just by placing an order. So I'm going to go in and make sure I place an order. There is a cap on it though. I think it's up to 5,000 personal volume, but like everybody should go in, place your order today and tomorrow, get those double credits up to 5,000 personal volume. Now, just a segue, into systems real quick. So I've been in the network marketing space for 17 years. And when I first got into network marketing, I used systems to build my business. I was 18 years old, poor college student, really had no business being in business. My warm market was terrible. I wasn't a big influencer. I didn't have a big following. And so I needed a way to build my business. And I leveraged systems to the max. And eventually, I became better. I became stronger. I started to get more of a following. I started to make more of a name for myself, but not everybody starts that way. And a lot of times people get into network marketing and they don't have any duplication because they're not plugged into a system. And the point of a system is really to save yourself time, energy, and money. I've always said that's what a system stands for. And one of the things that we've done as a team is we've put together a boards and we've put together these 2 Facebook groups so that you can plug your prospects in and you can plug your existing team members into the boards and into the Facebook groups. And you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to guess what to say. You don't have to become a graphic designer. You don't have to be a website designer. You don't have to build a gazillion brands or any of that. Just plug your people into the systems that we have, especially as you're signing a new person up. One of the reasons why people quit network marketing is because they don't get onboarded properly and lack of upline support. Those are 2 of the biggest reasons. And if you can support your team by plugging them into these systems, you can get off to a fast start. You can create duplication quickly. And the more money you can help your team make is just going to elevate you through the compensation plan. So with that said, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to walk you guys through the boards system that we have. And I'm going to point out a few things to you guys that I think are really important. Hopefully you guys can see my screen okay. Just throw a message in the chat if you can.
You're good, Josh.
Okay, cool. All right, so this is the board system. We've posted it in our Facebook groups. If you need access to it, you can find it in the $1 Billion Run Facebook group. But first things first is start here, onboard plus launch. So when you sign up a new person, this is where they're going to want to start. And we've broken this all out into different folders to make it just easy for people to digest. So in the welcome, there's a great video here by Mauricio, but also these 2 PDFs are really important because this is the first one here shows people all of the different starter packs that are available. So when somebody first gets started or they're looking to get started, they're going to want to pick from these starter packs, and then just all of the information that Mandy just showed you about the different subscription options are in this PDF. So basic fundamentals of building this business is getting somebody started on a pack and then getting them set up for subscription. That should happen like very fast when you onboard a new person. So that's all under this welcome tab. And then under online groups, we have both of our groups. We have the $1 Billion Run group, and then we have the glutathione product and detox group. So what's the purpose of these groups? So I'm going to pull this graphic up here. So anybody that's interested in the business opportunity, you should be adding into the $1 Billion Run group. In that group, we're talking about business building. There's leadership development. We're talking about incentives, promotions. We're talking about the business in $1 Billion Run group. Well, we also talk about the products, talking about product results and product testimonies and the business. But for the most part, $1 Billion Run is about the opportunity of Immunotech going from 200 million to 1 billion and why people should get started. The glutathione group is more product and customer focused. That's just products. We're not talking about opportunity in there. We're not talking about, we're not drawing circles on a board or anything like that. It's just products in that group. And so the whole point of an ATM system is you're creating curiosity about what you're doing. That could be through your social posts. That could be you're sharing a story. That could be you're talking about glutathione. People are going to ask questions or comment on your posts. And based on if somebody's interested in the business or if they're interested in the products, you're going to add them to one of these Facebook groups. You're going to tag them in specific content, and then you're going to message them for follow up. And so that's how you leverage these two Facebook groups. And then also a great tool as well is the Immunotech Pro mobile app. This is connected to your Immunotech account, so make sure you've downloaded the app, you've put your ID number and your password in. And one of the things that I love most about their mobile app is you can view your whole organization very easily inside of the mobile app, and you can see like how close people are to different ranks. You can see how close they are to achieving the various trips and incentives. But there's also a share feature where you've got access to all of these different resources in there. You can pull different PDFs. You can search by products, by opportunity. There's tons of content inside of the app. Then first 48 hours, like if you signed up and you have no idea what to do, come here for your first 48 hours. Number one, set your goals. Number two, share your story, and we'll show you the right way how to share your story, and then you can make your first social media post. So all of that is under the onboarding. And then we've broken out all these other categories here, like why Immunotech, why now? So my $1 billion run videos are in here. There's a great video that Chris did, and there's like our launch video is in here as well. So if somebody's like interested in any of that, you can share these videos with them. And we also put a page together as well under Immunotech opportunity. So that's under the Why Immunotech, Why Now page. For events and recognition, we have the XCorrect 2026 incentive trip is in here, and then also staying plugged in. Like how do you get your team plugged in? We have the Immunibar live virtual experience that happens. We have the weekly power call. So all of that is here in boards under events and recognition. And then product resources, there's tons of information back here. There's testimonies. We just added this one today, Immunical versus the rest. Mitch, who's the he's the chief strategy officer at Immunotech, gave me this graphic, which is Immunical versus liposomal glutathione. Our competitors out there are selling liposomal glutathione products that are not as effective as Immunical, but I asked him, hey, do you have a comparison graphic for why, so that we can share that with people that are on those particular products? He gave it to me and I added it into the boards. And there's some other great content back here under Immunical versus the rest. All of the facts on glutathione are back here as well. We've put graphics back here. You know, if you want to post these different graphics on your social media, all of that's here. So all of that's under product resources. There's also language and scripts. If you're brand new at building on social media or building your business and you're like, hey, I really don't know what to say, I don't know how to start, come back here and we'll show you conversation starters, how to invite somebody to a call, how to invite somebody to an event, product scripts that you can use. All of this is back here inside of the language and script section. Then there's also ways to share. How do you share Immunibar in person? How do you share it on social media? How do you share it online? You can find all of that in ways to share. And then rewards and bonuses. This is all compensation plan related. So you've got the PDF, you've got a video that Chris and Emily recorded about the compensation plan. You have the average monthly incomes, and we'll continue to add more content back here in rewards and bonuses. One of the things that we're adding here, just so you guys are aware, I've been talking to a lot of leaders, is we're putting together a very easy graphic for pathway to $500. How do you get to $500 a month easily by getting customers? How do you get to $1,000 a month? And then for business builders, we're putting together, how do you get to $10,000 a month? So for influencers, for retailers, for people that want to just go get customers, we're going to have a graphic that's a very easy way to get to 500 to 1,000. And then for business builders, how do you get to six figures? So that's under rewards and bonuses. And then under business resources, there's a lot of really good content back here as well. There's social media tips. I don't know if you guys know this, but Immunotech is approved with PayPal which is very rare. Most network, PayPal actually even says in their policies that they don't approve network marketing companies. Somehow they got approved with PayPal, and you can have people split their orders into like 4 interest-free payments, and it's integrated into the checkout. They don't have to go to like Space or to 20 different places. It's like boom, right there. They can split their orders with PayPal. Then there's shareable carts for everyone that's trying to get a lot of customers. Use the shareable cart feature, and you could do like a post about K21 or a post about the WIMS or a post about any of the different products, and create a shareable cart and send that to your customers. Also, the price lists are all here. So if you have somebody that gets started and they're like, hey, I want to see all of the products and the prices and the personal volume, all of that's back here as well under business resources. So this board will continue to evolve. I'm sure more and more things are going to get added to it. It's just the start for us, and again, we're really, really excited about it. And so just really, really quick to recap. So before we get off this call, just a couple like important things is make sure you activate or upgrade your subscription and get those double credits with the promotion that Mauricio is running. And let's all make sure that we wish him a happy birthday tomorrow. And then check your XCorrect tracker in your back office. Start tracking that, because we want to get as many people from our team qualified to be on that trip. Let's all go out and enroll one new customer or one new consultant. Let's plug into the boards and the ATM system, and let's get really loud about Immunotech. It's like anytime you're in a company that's about to have a massive surge of growth, it's the runners that start early are the ones that reap the rewards. And we've got the right products, the right team, the right system, the right company, the right compensation plan, the right vehicle, the right timing to really make a huge run at this. And I just want to say, like, I'm extremely grateful for this community, for the leadership, for the vision. I don't really feel like we're just building a business. I don't make moves in the network market. Like, I've made 2 moves in the last 17 years. There's a lot of people that have been in a lot of different network marketing companies, but not me. I'm a ride it till the wheels fall off. You're not going to see me and 20 other network marketing companies. I really feel like we're building something special here with Immunotech, and it's just the beginning for us. I can't believe that we're only 4 weeks into this build. It feels like we've already been here for a long time in the company. The corporate staff is starting to feel a lot like family. We've just had an amazing experience with the company, and again, I'm so excited for what's ahead. And so I hope you guys all enjoy your holidays. Be present with your families, recharge. But it's sprint time. It's time to put your running shoes on and go hard at this Immunotech build. The systems are built. The timing is perfect. And let's make 2026 your best year ever. Forget whatever happened in the past, whatever MLM, PTSD, trauma you have. Let's forget about it. Let's go into 2026 fresh, and let's kill this thing, guys. So happy holidays, everyone. I love you all. I hope you guys all have an amazing Wednesday, and let's crush it. So thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys all in the next call.